everything has gone according to plan. We should be live on YouTube, maybe Twitch. I still have no idea what's going on with that platform, so again, it says I'm online and offline, literally like right next to each other. So which one is it? Which one is it, Bezos? Anyway, we do have Cam here joining us today on this side, and you finally got your very first like proper gaming PC. You joined us in the PC Master Race. How do you feel?
This is ironic that I'm saying this right now because I'm not wearing my glasses, but it feels like I put my glasses back on for the first time because I was walking around kind of blind for a while. I'm not putting them on properly, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's like you can actually see, what's it called, all the pixels properly. My frame rate is above 50. And I don't know, it looks kind of cool. Like it's got all the lights and everything.
I knew that's gonna be like your favorite part, like customizing with the RGB and stuff.
LGBT lighting.
For some context, before she was on a laptop with just like integrated AMD graphics. How many frames were you getting in like Rainbow Six?
In Rainbow Six?
Yeah.
On a good day, 40 maybe, 60 sometimes.
On the lowest settings.
Yeah.
At 1080p. So it was definitely due for an upgrade. And now you're up to a 4060 with a... What CPU do you have? I can't remember.
Good question.
It's a Ryzen. I know it's a...
Oh, a 7, right?
It's a 5600X or something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, so yeah, you can finally actually do stuff with a PC.
Yeah, I can watch a YouTube video while playing Minecraft. It's crazy.
But like, have you like never experienced proper PC anything before back home? Did you have a family PC or something? Or wait, it was just on like a laptop?
We had a family PC in 2010.
So it probably wasn't that much better than your laptop.
No, I think it was probably worse. I think the other things I did on it was like bully kids on Roblox. Although to be fair, I was a kid at the time as well. And there was this, I remember one time, like, my brother was, like, downstairs, so I was the only one upstairs. And I was on, like, Vimeo or something, and I'm just scrolling through Vimeo, and then there's this, like, video, and it was, like, one of those animated drawing videos. And it was so bad, like, someone had done it on Microsoft Paint or something, but it was this creature, and it was just, like, eating something off the floor, and then the creature just looks at you, and me being, like, 5, or probably a bit older, I was like freaked out of my mind, and I didn't go back upstairs for the rest of the day.
Those are your memories from using a PC.
Yeah, it was Roblox, and then also just like listening to, you know, the 2010s like trashy pop hits and stuff like that.
Well, now you get to play Roblox at the highest of frames with your brain.
I can oh my, yeah, no, sorry, it's before I was like, yeah, I can run Roblox, whatever, you know, but it was laggy, and now I can run Roblox. I can see the other end of the map.
How can you even get Roblox laggy? Okay, that's what I don't get. Well, by running it on your old laptop, that's how. Anyway, first topic of the day. It is going to be a bit of a shorter show because it was kind of a boring week. I struggled so hard to find stuff to talk about, but then I realized that the pre-orders went live for the MetaQuest 3S, and nobody told me. So, obviously I'm not the target demographic for this because I already have a Quest 3. However, for someone like, our guest over here, I say guest, you're like pretty much just a native to this channel at this point. You've been here a lot.
Yeah, I don't have a life. I don't have anything else to do.
Don't worry, neither do I. That's why I spend all my day on YouTube and making these videos. But as someone who doesn't have VR yet, would this be something that can potentially get you into VR, given that the price is $300?
I mean, as a kid, I really wanted to do VR and stuff like that, because obviously you watch like gaming YouTubers and stuff like that, and you're like, oh my goodness, you know, in VR, like Minecraft VR, obviously I've already mentioned Roblox. I sound like such an idiot and like talk about Roblox when I'm like 20, but
is there Roblox VR?
Yeah, there's Roblox VR. You can go into like certain games and you can use, I think, like voice chat and VR and stuff like that. But my favorite one is there's one game that's like meant for it specifically, and you can just pick people up and throw them and like put them in microwaves, throw them through a basketball hoop, stuff like that.
That sounds sadistic and right on my alley, even though I don't like Roblox.
And yeah, we kept getting you to try it, play with us, but I think VR chat was another one that I really wanted to play when I was a kid, which is ironic considering the stuff that goes on it. But you just like when you're a kid with like unrestricted internet access, and you just go on YouTube and you're looking at all these gaming videos, and people are just like, "Oh my goodness, like VR chat is so much fun! You can customize your character and everything." I think I watched like what was his name, James Ski or something, and he went on there and just terrorized people with flamingos. But he did that on Roblox as well, which is why I watched it in the first place. And I really wanted to go on VR chat as a kid.
VR chat or any kind of like online random group chats or like virtual group chats and kids are like the worst possible combo.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing I didn't go on
That is
it.
the equivalent of getting your kid onto Omegle or something, so kids shouldn't go nowhere near VR chat, I'm sorry.
How much did VR headsets cost back in like I'm just thinking probably 2015 was when I first started hearing about them.
So when you were like what, 5 years old?
No, I was like 11. VR headset 2015.
They were definitely a lot more expensive, probably like $500 plus.
Yeah, so back in the day, it was like VR headset was like unattainable, and then I was like, oh, when I grow up, maybe they'll be cheaper, and it seems like that's kind of happening.
They are,
you know, yeah.
Yeah, but now it's the question of how much would you actually spend? Because here's the annoying part, and the thing I kind of don't get. So Meta launched the Quest 2. It was huge, everyone loved it. Then they launched the Quest 3, a lot more powerful, much better lenses, so the picture was more clear. That was a lot more expensive. So, but they kept the Quest 2 around because it was like what, $200? That's dirt cheap for a VR headset. But now they have the 3S, which costs $300, and they discontinued the $200 Quest 2. You cannot buy the Quest 2 anywhere. So now the cheapest is $300. Would you say that's kind of like a tipping point for people who want to get into like VR on a budget? Like that $100 extra?
I mean, yeah, probably. It's just like if you've got the cheapest thing on the market, you kind of control the cheapest thing on the market. Because, like, as you said, they got rid of the S2 or the Quest 2 because they were like, yeah, it's cheaper, but it's not as good. And then now they've just gotten rid of it because they're like, oh, here's another one that's kind of cheap. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's also a little bit better. Why don't you just get this one instead? It just feels like that. So I think it's like, because it's a bit more accessible, maybe people would be a bit more inclined to go into it. And I think, again, it's like peer pressure. Like, if your friends got it, like all your gaming friends had VR and they all wanted to play a VR game, you're kind of going to be coerced into playing it a little bit.
So here's a question: are you going for it then? Would you get a free S?
No.
Why? Did you just like grow out of wanting VR?
Well, a little bit, but also just a bunch of factors. Like, you already know I'm kind of moving around because I'm still in uni and stuff like that. So I don't really want extra stuff to carry on top of everything else.
It's just a VR headset doesn't take up that much space.
Yeah, but it's fragile.
It's not that bad.
And then also just like, what do you call it? Like finance. Like, I mean, if you have a job, £200 if you saved up for it is not, or 300, sorry, £300 if you saved up for it.
It's $300.
Depending on the job you have.
So like,
dollars.
$300, so about
£289, yeah.
So you could probably, and you can probably get it on financing as well, split it up across like, I don't know, like 6 months or something.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's like, yeah, if you had a job and it's a well-paying job, like, not like minimum wage, because if you're minimum wage, you probably have other priorities. Then yeah, like you could save up for it, but frankly, like I don't have a job yet. I'm looking to get one actually within the next week. I'm gonna try and apply for a specific job, and if that works, then you know, chill. But I still probably wouldn't get it.
Because okay, but what is that even now available for any kind of VR headset that will even make it worth it? Because VR chat, if you got a VR headset, would you actually play VR chat? Yes or no?
Probably not, now that I'm older and I realize what VR chat was actually probably like.
Okay, then
as you said.
Then what's left? Beat Saber?
Beat Saber was fun. I really wanted to play Beat Saber as a kid, but I could also just raid your house.
Yeah. So are you gonna pay $300 just for Beat Saber?
No, absolutely not. As I said, I can raid your house, and when we played Beat Saber that last time, it was such an unexpected workout. So it's just like, oh,
It is
maybe
good though.
not. It is fun, yeah.
And
But
then,
also, it's a lot more limited than I expected it to be. Because, like, on top of that, you have to pay for DLCs to get certain songs. Like, I remember I saw the Green Day one, and I was like, can we play that? And we were like, no.
yeah, I have to
Because
get
I don't have
well, it
it.
depends. If you have the standalone Quest version, you have to pay for the DLC. If you have the Steam version, you can actually just mod the game and put in as many free songs as you like, including songs that the developers like, didn't put in originally.
That's
So
actually
pretty much any
cool.
song you like, someone probably made a mod for it.
Okay, that's a bit more of a consideration point then. But I think still, it's like, it would be genuinely if, I had a stable place to stay and I had, like, excess money to spare, then yeah, I would get it. But other than that, no.
Then there's Half-Life Alex. Are you into Half-Life at all?
I think, okay, this is gonna sound really, really bad. I think I played a Half-Life, like, Roblox ripoff back in the day. But
It always comes down to back to Roblox with you.
it does. But I don't know if I'd play it because from what I saw of it, it was just kind of like meh. Like it was like what do you call it? Dictatorship simulator or something, right?
What?
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
I think you're definitely thinking of the wrong thing. Half-Life Alex is one of my favorite games of all time, just because of how immersive it is in VR. It's one of the more like photorealistic games in VR, but also just the action is a FPS in VR.
Ironic that Alex is your favorite one.
It's spelled incorrectly. It's spelled
Yeah.
ALYX for some reason. I didn't know. I because I played Alex before I played Half-Life 2. So when I first saw the name, I thought it's Half-Life Alyx. Because I didn't recognize that that's supposed to be Alex. But just spelled weirdly.
It's like the suburban mums in like America or something calling their daughter Kaylee, but then spelling it like a certain way. Yeah, no, I think I might have gotten it wrong because I'm looking at the images of this game right now and it doesn't look anything like what.
I want to know what game you're thinking of now.
Let me see if I can find it because it was such a long time ago that I
Was
might
it
not have
also
saved that
VR?
game. No, it was. As I said, it was literally just a Roblox ripoff of something. Downtown.
And then there's also the new Batman game, Batman Arcade Shadows, which is actually comes free with your Quest 3S purchase. So I'm not at all into superheroes or Batman, but an Arkham game on VR could be pretty good. I did see the huge backlash against that game though when it was first announced that there's a Batman Arkham game coming exclusive to VR because people wanted to play it without VR. As someone who does have a VR headset, I can't really comment that much. If someone who doesn't have a VR headset and just wants to play another Batman VR game, a Batman Arkham game, then I get how can that be kind of annoying. But come on, it's just like a completely different thing on VR. It's a completely different experience on VR, and yeah.
Fair.
I think Alex shown that games like that are just specifically made for VR from the ground up, and porting them over to the PC is just doing it a disservice, and it's just not nowhere near as enjoyable. So exclusive games like Arkham Shadow, we should very much be getting those for VR, especially if we want VR to actually expand, because we haven't had any big VR games in like ages. We had Beat Saber, Half-Life Alex, VR Chat. Those are like the big three apps, and that's it. And now Arkham Shadow maybe depends on how that works out.
I kind of do get it though, because when you were saying with the immersive thing, yeah. When you were getting us to try VR for the first time, I genuinely didn't expect it to be right in front of you. Like it was, because I don't think I had glasses yet at the time.
Wait, so that was your first time trying VR at my house?
Yeah. I don't think I'd ever tried it before that.
So how was it then?
It was like, it was weird as hell. Like, as I said, I didn't expect it to be like right here, so I was putting it on and I was expecting to kind of like see, but more like the way that you see through like a phone screen held right in front of you. And then instead it's like it's genuinely my entire vision. I don't know what I was expecting exactly. I could see like a tiny little bit here,
Yeah,
like you can see
that's
the
annoying.
floor.
That's definitely annoying about.
Yeah, but other than that, it was literally like I could. That was all I could see, and obviously like I didn't have my glasses at the time. Just like I didn't have a prescription yet or anything, so um when I put the goggles on and it's just like my vision is like clear no matter how far I look, and I was like, that's crazy. Um, and also it was very loud, just in the sense that when you're in a VR headset, that's like all you can really pay attention to because I couldn't really hear you guys properly or anything.
Yeah, I mean that's the point of VR. Is it's supposed to be like fully immersed in that experience, like you're in a different world or whatever, or inside this weird void with just red and blue cubes flying towards you, as is the case in Beat Saber. So, verdict: it still needs to get cheaper before you consider VR headset. Then.
Yeah, because if I got a headset in like 5 or 10 years when I have a well-paying job, possibly. Let's see how this economy does first. To when I've got like savings, probably a stable place to live, and like I don't know, time maybe to play it.
And hopefully more games also come out by then. Like actually more reasons to even buy a VR headset, because a $300 Beat Saber machine, no, unless you just do it as an excuse not to go to the gym and you just have that be your only exercise, maybe fair enough. But apart from that, it just needs like 1 or 2 extra apps that isn't just.
I mean, I'd use it to play Roblox and Minecraft, and then Beat Saber, but it's just like it's not really justified for the price, especially because in like 5 or 10 years, as we already mentioned before, in 2015, I wanted one, and you were like, "Oh, it's probably gonna be $500," and then it's gone down to like 300 now. So it'll probably go down a couple $100 more by then, and it'll also be more accessible. There'll be more options, everything. It's just like technology will have probably advanced a bit more by then.
Yeah, and for me, I haven't touched, actually, in all honesty, my Quest 3 since probably the time you tried it out of my house. I actually, I actually don't know if I tried it since then, because maybe I've played like Beat Saber once since then, but that's it. Or maybe like Half-Life Alyx once as well. Okay, I've definitely did it once or twice, but like not at all, because there's just nothing coming out. I may try Batman Arkham, but I have like way too many other expenses going on. I was thinking of trying that Assassin's Creed game, but like, eh.
And then, you're really selling this to me.
Yeah, and then the thing that annoyed me the most, we keep talking about how VR needs more games, and how developers not pushing more games to VR means less people are buying VR, which means that VR games have less sales. After Assassin's Creed Nexus, which is the VR version, launched and then flopped, Ubisoft is just like, well, guess we're not investing anymore in VR. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how you make more people go into VR, by not developing more for VR. Like, just
low-key.
Just another thing that made me annoyed about Ubisoft. But, masterful segue to our next segment. They may actually just end up selling because of how much pressure they're under. And so the family of the owner, Gilmont family, that's my best attempt at saying that, and Tencent, of all people, could be buying out Ubisoft and taking them private. We talked about it last time, how much Ubisoft actually means to us, given how many Ubisoft games we play. And so it is going to be a pretty big thing if the owner does change.
Actually, let me like open.
Because it's not just Rainbow Six Siege. It's also every other Tom Clancy game. It's also Assassin's Creed. It's also the Anno games, which I know you don't play, but I play Anno. I love Anno. How's that gonna look like? How's
X-Defiant?
Yeah, that game that nobody plays. That's a thing. And now they're threatening, like that's the thing. They're threatening it to be sold to a Chinese company, and I'm here supposed to be like, which is the lesser of two evils? Ubisoft continuing to decline and the stock just plummeting because all of the dumb decisions they're making, or Ubisoft being owned by the Chinese? Like, I'm sorry, what's... Well, okay, it probably wouldn't be fully owned by Chinese. It would probably be split between Tencent and the family of the CEO, but still.
I mean, it's just such a reliable source of information, but alright, I really searched it up. I was like, because I didn't even know that Ubisoft was going to get bought out. And so I just search it, and the first thing that comes up obviously is just Reddit. And I'm just reading everything in the comments, and everyone was like, get ready for everything Ubisoft to be on mobile. And someone was like,
okay, yeah. That's definitely something Tencent would do.
I don't want to play Rainbow Six Siege mobile. My aim is bad enough as is. But someone was like, Tencent owns 100% of Riot Games, so that must be some kind of implication of what kind of game that they'll turn it into. Someone said, goodbye Assassin's Creed, and someone responded to that with Assassin's Greed.
Can you get more greedy than what Ubisoft is already? And also, funny you say playing Rainbow Six on mobile. There is already Rainbow Six Mobile, just nobody talks about it.
Yeah, I heard about that at some point, but like at least it would have been optional, right? Like you could play that if you wanted to, but
I don't know how to feel about it. Another thing is, I know people living in the States or whatever probably don't feel it, but Ubisoft's also important because it is by far the biggest and only real big player in the European market. Because apart from that, you have CDPR, which, you know, they're big. The Witcher, Cyberpunk, they're a pretty big company. However, they're just like nowhere near the size of someone like Ubisoft, who have just so many franchises, while CD Projekt just have The Witcher and Cyberpunk, which again, big games, but like Ubisoft is just that cornerstone of the European games market. If we don't have Ubisoft, what's even left? Europe's gonna go down a drain. No, to be fair, as a Polish person, a Polish games company being the biggest proper, you know, European game company after Ubisoft gets like bought out by the Chinese, that would be kind of cool to be on top. I don't know. I just don't know how to actually feel about this. Of all people, Tencent. Why Tencent? Because they have the money, that's why, but...
I mean, to be fair, there's like, it's kind of divided in the comments. Some people are saying like, considering the absolute catastrophe Ubisoft has become in recent years, something as dramatic as Buyout is desperately needed.
It is. Definitely, but...
Yeah, but then they also said Tencent or EA would be the worst choices from a consumer standpoint.
And according to this, Tencent already has, 9.2% of net voting rights in Ubisoft. So they already have some say, and it's definitely not on the level of other stuff they own, like Riot or like Epic. I think they own quite a bit of Epic, not fully Epic, but still. Are we just heading to the future where everything is, you know, so like Epic with like Fortnite and Unreal Engine and whatnot, and you have Ubisoft with all of their franchises, then you have Riot with all of their stuff like League and Valorant and Hypixel, technically, that is Riot, which I still find hilarious.
Like Minecraft Hypixel.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. Hypixel is owned by Riot, which is owned by Tencent, because they have their own. They formed an entire studio to work on Hytale, that like Minecraft ripoff. That is, they announced like a decade ago now at this point, and it's like still nowhere near done. So I wonder how Riot feel about that investment.
Wow. Okay.
So yeah, the next time you play on a Hypixel server, just remember you're playing on a server owned by the people who own League and Valorant.
Oh.
Who then themselves are owned by a Chinese media conglomerate.
I mean, I'm fine with Valorant, but just like League. To be fair, yeah, no, sorry, they own the same company, don't they? Or they're, yeah. You know what I mean?
They're owned by the same company, made by the same company, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta know though, so is Tencent a big thing back home for you anyway? Because obviously here, there's so many Western franchises they own now, but like, what kind of like domestic market stuff they even do?
Let's just say I am not updated with any of this. This is the first time I've heard of Tencent.
Wait, you really?
I've heard of 50 Cent before, but
Okay,
no,
moving
like
on.
seriously, I've only heard of like MiHoYo, which is Genshin. That's the only other Chinese company I know about.
Well, what's the people who just made Black Myth Wukong?
I think it's also Tencent because they were saying that in the comments. They were saying like because everyone was like, "Oh, why are you whining about this?" Not Tencent. Why am I going back to Tencent? Black Myth Wukong is such a good game, so like they was by the same company, so it's all just fear mongering. So it's like,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's not what that's not how it works though. Tencent owns the companies. They don't actually make the games. They can have a say of what goes into those games. You know, they can go, hey, we need your game to have this percent Chinese propaganda. They have some say of what goes into the games, but they don't control the final product that much. Have you tried Black Myth Wukong, or like, are you planning on buying it now that you have a PC capable of running it?
No, because it's like, to be fair, actually, I've never checked how much it is on CD keys. It looks kind of cool.
I'd imagine you'd like a game based on Chinese mythology
Yeah,
about a
that's
monkey
why I
king.
wanted to get it. But then again, it was like £35 on thingy thing, and it's Jesus Christ, it's 37 on CD keys alone. So,
And lucky for you, Black Friday's coming up kind of soon.
yay!
Ugh.
Not this month though. Wait, is it this month?
But you
Yeah,
can,
it's 49. It's literally £50 on Steam.
apparently it is really good though, and it's just been exploding both in China and also in the West. So it's actually going to be interesting now that the kind of stage is set for these like domestic Chinese AAA games to just explode in the West as well.
Mm.
Which, like, sure, good for, you know, it's great we're having like good games, but there's always that kind of fear of what kind of influences are gonna come from the east westwards because of these games. Anyway, final topic probably, like I said, is a bit of a shorter show because it's just like nothing interesting happened. So you remember the panels app we talked about last week?
Yeah.
It received a couple of updates to hopefully make it a bit less awful. I do gotta love this though, if you're seeing on the stream. 1.6 out of 5 stars currently on the Apple App Store. 1.6.
So it's not doing very good.
But all of these reviews, you can see the top reviews here, they're from like 24th, 25th, they're all like September still. And also just look at the ratings. You have the most 1-star ratings and the most 5-star ratings. That's how you know there's a battle going on. When you just have people trying to, you know, swing the result the other way, but just getting 5 stars, giving it the best result possible. No one in the right mind thinks that this app deserves 5 stars. They're just giving it 5 stars so they can counteract the 1-star reviews. That's why there's so little 4 stars, but then you're getting 3 stars and 2 stars from the people who are a bit more, you know, like rational, trying to see the pros and cons of the app, and then all the way to 1 stars. That's how, literally for anything, that's how ratings usually work out. So anyway, changes. Remove third-party ads from Explorer feed. Here's the big one. HD versions of all singles are available without watching an ad. So what what singles means, what I believe is like single color backgrounds. Remember when you talked about how they're charging for the color orange or the color teal?
Yeah, that's a bit more reasonable.
So yeah, now all you have to do is you can get a HD version for just without watching an ad, or you get the full resolution version by just watching a single ad. Still a bit too much for a color when you can just get the color for free, but at the same time, at that point, what it's trying to do is just be that kind of directory for you instead of having to, you know, waste precious seconds of your day, which wouldn't have been spent on anything more productive anyway, going to Google Images and getting orange. You can just go on the app and just gonna be there for you, I guess. I'm trying so hard to play devil's advocate here. I think you can tell.
Yeah,
And
but
then,
I think
yeah, go on.
yeah, sorry. Genuinely, I still feel like the actual concept of it, like it's been done so many times. There's so many alternatives, although they're like worse, they're still cheaper or like free. And it's just like, what's the point in getting the Panels app when, I mean, like obviously, as you said, if you want convenience, but like, funnily enough, I did actually change my phone background since since we last talked about this topic. But as I said, like people just want probably more personal backgrounds and stuff like that. Because mine is like pictures of me and my friends.
Yeah, that's again, I'm the worst person to ask about that because I never change my phone background ever. I'm always just on a default one, whichever comes with my phone. But I assume most people just have a picture they took or a picture of them with their friends or family or significant other, something like that. So how many people, unless they really want to go for that kind of really aesthetic design, they want to go for this? Which is probably why it's so massively targeted towards iPhone users specifically. Because they're all about aesthetic, right? Have you seen that new mode on iPhone? We can have all of the app icons like color match. They're all like the same shade or hue. So people are going to be definitely min-maxing the looks of the iPhones with something like this, rather than using like photos of themselves with friends or whatever else that just isn't kind of as aesthetically pleasing.
I mean, I don't use an iPhone, so I've not
Yeah,
really heard
but
of this update yet.
yeah, but you can agree there's a very much a stereotype when it comes to iPhone users and how much they care
Oh yeah,
for
definitely. I've seen like
the aesthetic
yeah.
of how the phone looks, how even every little detail of the phone, every single widget, every single little thing about the phone itself, but also the actual background and
Their
the
case
operating
defy
system.
as well.
Yeah. And also, additional AI enhanced label added to wallpaper screen, which I assume means being able to see which wallpapers have been altered or made by AI. Which, if you remember last time, we had a conversation about this being supposed to be a platform that, like, allows artists to style their wallpapers, even if they're taking a 50% cut. If that's the point, why are they even allowing AI stuff on there?
I mean, it is a step in the right direction because this time they're actually announcing that it's AI. You know how this didn't used to happen. But then obviously they implemented laws saying like, oh, if something's AI, you do have to announce it's AI. They've done that on Instagram now, haven't they, as well? So I mean, like it's no solution. Obviously, people are still gonna keep exploiting AI, but it's something.
Yeah, but like, why even? My question is, why even allow it? Especially seeing the backlash against anything AI made for a lot of people. Why would you want to even allow? Or is it them just admitting defeat, saying they can't filter out all the AI stuff, so just gonna let it on there? Like it's just a lost
Just
battle.
capitalism.
Yeah, that too.
I think it's genuinely just because they know that. Well, I mean, the fact that already that they've gone like, oh, the artists are only getting a 50% pay cut. The fact that they're actually like fully announcing that proudly, it just shows that they don't exactly care about who is actually like they don't care about helping someone using their website. It's just fully like consumerism and stuff like that.
It was always just a cash grab of an app.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Why would you ever risk your reputation for something like this? We're talking about
Is this a
someone
big company?
with millions of subscribers on YouTube, like one of the biggest, like most influential faces on YouTube, and then they like risk everything for a $50 a year subscription. Why?
I mean, have you heard of the like KSI Logan Paul Dan TDM drama
Yes,
recently?
I literally made a joke about it in the video I made on this topic, saying that at least Lunchly had a bigger target audience, kids, while the
Yeah.
target audience for this app is people too lazy to Google image their new wallpaper.
Yeah, who made this, by the way?
MKBHD, the YouTuber, the one with like tens of millions of subs.
Can you repeat that, please? L K
MKBHD,
PhD.
the guy you're seeing right now on the page here holding an iPhone.
I've never heard of him in my life.
She's not really into tech YouTube, guys. Don't worry.
No, I'm not.
He's a big deal. He was also in YouTube Rewind. He was the one that Will Smith butchered his name in like YouTube Rewind 2018, I think it was.
Jesus Christ. The last YouTube Rewind I think I watched. Was it 2018? Wait, was it Will Smith going, "Oh, that's hot"?
Yeah, that was the one. And like at the beginning of the Rewind, he announced that he wanted to see Marquez in Rewind. That was that one. And then he shows up on a Fortnite battle bus saying like, "Are you satisfied yet? Are you happy yet?" Something like that. I don't know. I haven't watched a Rewind since 2018.
Yeah, no. The other, I think it's like 2015 and 14 were so much better, and I haven't watched those ones in years either.
13 was the best.
I didn't even watch 13. Oh my god. I only started getting unrestricted internet access in 2014.
You know, you could have just like went back and watched 2013 then.
That's fair, but like it's I wouldn't understand any of the references, you know.
I didn't understand most of it either. I didn't understand most of the references in all of the YouTube Rewinds, pretty much, because even though even my entire career is just YouTube and all I really do is just watch or make YouTube videos, I don't follow a lot of trends. I'm not really hip with and up to date with the kids. So most of what went on YouTube Rewind just ran right past my head. I had no idea what's going on. And even if they made a YouTube Rewind this year, I would still have no idea what any of it is. It would just be like references to memes or like content creators that I don't even know, or maybe they even do what I did in like 2018 and just have a bunch of talk show hosts who aren't even YouTubers. That was weird. Remember that? Just like late night talk show hosts getting on YouTube Rewind.
No, I don't think I watched it after a certain point. But like honestly, I feel like if they had a YouTube Rewind this year, it'd just be so depressing.
What would even YouTube Rewind this year look like?
Mr. Beast's downfall.
I don't think they'd allow that on Rewind. Like it has to be that kind of corporate, yay, look how great of a community we've built on YouTube this year, guys, like everything positive, you know, that kind of ordeal. Like
yeah, so they'd have nothing to put in the video.
I'm trying to actually think, but I can't. Pixel says in YouTube chat, you have to be 12 years old to be aware of the trends on YouTube. Yeah, pretty much, only 12-year-olds. Even, again, it's my job to be aware of what's going on YouTube, and I barely know. Only when the drama's like so big, it also just floods my Twitter feed. Only then I know. Like, for example,
that's fair.
Mr. Beast's downfall.
I don't use Twitter, that's the problem. Is so I do get stuff like that on my YouTube feed, but again, it's like if it's really big. Because let's see what else is on my feed. An entire family was kidnapped on the Highway of Tears. How to roam like a pro in Rainbow Six Siege. How I learned to make Roblox games in a week.
Okay. I'm actually going on YouTube right now. I'm going to try and like see and go on trending, see if I can find, or go into my YouTube history, see if I can come up with anything to put into YouTube Rewind this year. You do the same, just like anything that really took off. Oh, there's that one YouTube cartoon show, the circus one, that went big this year, right? That was a meme. That started obviously as a show on YouTube, correct? You know the one I'm talking about.
Circus?
Yeah, the one, the character, like that clown girl that was everywhere for a couple of weeks. You haven't seen that?
Describe it to me.
Amazing Digital Circus. There we go. That's what it's called. You saw it.
Oh wait, yeah, no, I recognize that.
And it's going big again because like another episode just launched. Like that's a YouTube original series. Like I say, YouTube original. It wasn't made by YouTube. It was made for YouTube first and foremost. And like recently, it also got brought for like Netflix. That would be in YouTube Rewind this year. What else? YouTube Shorts. Technically, YouTube Shorts was a thing since last year, I'm pretty sure. So no.
I feel like it used a lot more this year.
I really can't think of anything else.
My YouTube feed is the absolute
Lethal
worst
Company,
for this.
I guess. There's a lot of like YouTube gaming videos. Of the
Yeah,
Lethal
that's
Company.
fair.
If anyone has any ideas in chat, please do let us know, because I'm actually completely out.
What about, do you think they'd put any Minecraft stuff, especially considering Minecraft's kind of...
Depends on what. Did nothing big happen in I guess stuff like the Ender Cup, like MCC stuff.
Well, yeah, I was thinking
that was
more in
pretty
terms of
big.
the community, because like what Grian's doing that thing this year, the Hermitcraft, but maybe that's just because this is like the first I've heard of it because Jake made me watch it and stuff like that.
I'd say pretty much every year there's like something noteworthy happening when it comes to Minecraft that like it would probably warrant a mention in Rewind. Okay, what else? What else? What else?
You just popped up in my YouTube shorts.
Nice. They probably wouldn't do anything related to it being election year in the States. It's probably a bit too political for them.
What about that? The GeoGuessr.
Was that like a major thing? I know GeoGuessr is always big, but it hasn't been like particularly big this year.
No, this specific guy who can guess what country and like what street you're on based off a single bin or something like that.
What, is that something that went viral or something?
I think it was this year. It might have been last year, but I think it was this year.
Like AI, there's gonna be definitely stuff about AI in it that they would have to have like they would have some fragment, right, where they ask ChatGPT or like a DALL-E or something to create an image of like one giant like happy family of YouTubers, something like that, and then it's gonna merge and like all of the YouTubers start popping out of it. That's how they introduce everyone. That's gonna be the intro to the Rewind, right? Them typing out a prompt for like Midjourney, DALL-E or something.
Or they're just gonna say like, I am Steve and this is Minecraft.
Yes, Minecraft movie. Of course. There's gonna be a Minecraft movie reference. There's totally if there's a YouTube Rewind this year, there would totally be Jack Black in it.
Yeah, they'd probably make him say I am Steve and this is YouTube Rewind.
Yeah. That would definitely be a thing. What else? We're so struggling for ideas here. I'm going through trying to find anything else. I don't want to type in like something like the trends on YouTube in 2024. I'm trying to actually remember, but again, neither you or I are good with YouTube trends or staying on top of trends.
No,
so
neither of us exactly watch normal YouTube. P Diddy is scary has just popped up on my feed.
They're definitely not gonna have that in Rewind.
Yeah, because like I think our YouTube feeds are way too niche.
Yeah.
As in like gaming stuff. And then cat.
That's just you, yeah. Is that actually a feed, just cats?
A little bit.
Like what else? What else? What else? What else?
Yeah, like tell me why the temperate rainforests of southwest England, like just keep getting nature documentaries and stuff.
I honestly can't think of anything else that you could even put on YouTube Rewind this year, which means it's probably time to end the show. Like I said, it's probably a bit of a shorter one, but it was an extremely boring week. Like nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. No, but still, it was a fun show. Thanks for joining me, and thank you everyone who is watching at home. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe, like whatever, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone. Bye.
Your body's so cold, drinking way too much now. All I hear is to let go. Don't know how. Hazy nights, they fly